guest in the house tonight. The one, Ross Cleva.
Thanks for having me. Blessed love.
Okay, before we get into that, let's start with the name Ross Cleva. How did that name come about?
Well, just being around friends same way. Everybody have them different opinions, having conversation, and you know, maybe I'll be the opposer more time, you know what I mean? Because them always I say when I come with my opinion towards certain conversation, I must say, you're clever, you know. So everybody just start calling me clever from there, it's friends, and it just take on to flesh to people. And through when I start grow locks and everything now, we just put addition Ras to it, you know.
Alright,
so
alright.
So the Ras Cleva really come about. And when I really check the name, it's really powerful because when I try to Kemetic language still, the word Ra mean God, and Ras mean head, and you know Cleva don't mean wise same way, even though we spell it with a C-L-E-V-A, you know what I mean? It's just the difference between vowels and, you know that go already, lines and points, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing. So it's just how wise got it, you know?
Okay,
yes,
okay. I definitely see the intelligence just based on that reasoning, that explanation for the name.
Yeah,
okay.
Comes his strength same way, you know?
Okay. Originally born in Jamaica.
Yes.
What part of Jamaica are you from?
Alright. Well, Jamaica, the land of my birth. I was born in Portland. That's a parish in Jamaica. 14 parishes in Jamaica. 144 square mile. Small, very small island. Yeah, was brought up in Jamaica in the parish of Portland. Was grew up in St. Andrew. That's next door, Kingston. I went to school in Kingston. And from there I migrate and here into America.
Okay, I want to touch on that for a minute because I also do believe that's where part of the Cleva name was given to you.
Well,
very intelligent. Tell us about some of your schooling.
All right. When being in school in Jamaica, it was fun. It was, everybody knows me as a musician, but also a soccer player. But music was a talent that I recognized from even as a little baby, because just in my house I was an entertainer around my fellow sister, brother, and being around my mother. So my mother really recognized that I love music from a tender age. So while everybody will be maybe inside watching the TV, watching some cartoons or something like that, I will be outside beating a pan, you know, because I don't really too much into television. I don't really watch TV like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, so growing up as a youth, even in my community also, I win a lot of talent shows. So everybody in my community really know I'm a musician. But as I grew up in age and passed common entrance, end up to high school, that's where they recognize me as a football player now. Because I usually play football, but I was more into music than soccer. But then I was playing a class match, because I wasn't playing for my school as yet. I was playing a class match one day, and the coach was actually there that day and saw me playing, and he said, I want you to come to training. And from there, that was it. I started playing for the school, everything, until I got a scholarship here to America.
Okay. So apart from being a talented musician, you're also a talented baller.
Yeah, man, multi-talented man. The talent there from day one still, but it's just which one me did really like more into. I leave the music for a while, went back into soccer. It's when I came here to America, I picked back up music because the school wasn't working out for me. Because I got a youth and you know, I stopped school, started working just to maintain the family and the whole thing. And yeah, I took back the music very serious. And since there, I was doing the music and still working, but now I'm doing music full time because I see that the music needs that 100% attention, with nothing else interfere with it. So about a year now, I really pick it up full time.
Okay, so I just want to point out to the listeners, we're sitting with a gentleman right now that, due to the fact that he's multi-talented, if you notice what he said, his talents as a baller brought him to the U.S. and it also enabled you to start your music career in the U.S.
In the U.S., right.
Okay. When did you actually start recording music?
Alright. Recording music. Well, in Jamaica, I didn't record professionally, but I usually do little recordings and sound system and stuff, but not professionally. Is when I came here to the US now, I met a friend in college. He was an producer also, he usually make rhythms and such. And he invited me one day to his studio, and the first song I recorded was a tune called Gone Every Day. It went something like, gone every day, poverty led me astray, you know? And he recorded that song, and from I record that song, I get the courage that I could really take it on a professional level. Even though I've been hearing it from friends and people in the street, like, you should do music, you should take it more serious, you know what I mean? And that's when I really like look into it and start nurture the career, but I was still working at the point. So even though I took it serious, I didn't put the full force like now, since I did a year ago. And I see a lot of result. I see tremendous result.
Okay. Now, is this around the time that you had the projects, Jah Love, Rasta All My Life, the True Source project that you did? Is this around that time that you recorded that music that you're speaking of?
It was the True Source time.
Okay. Okay.
And that was the first mixtape I really put out professionally.
Okay.
The True Source. But that was a long time ago.
Okay. So now...
That was when I just came to America, right?
Exactly. You took a break.
Took a break.
Last year, you came back to the music full-time, recording as
I didn't take a break from the music. I was still doing the music. But, as I said, I was still working also.
Okay.
So, the music never get that full attention.
400.
Right.
Okay. So now, last year, you came back into the music 100%.
100%.
Okay.
And that's my first time coming to the music, 100% too.
Is it something in your life or someone around you that motivated you last year to give that 400 back into the music that you want to give that credit to?
Well, I could say yes, because even my immediate family right now, my daughter's mom, she helped to motivate me in that aspect too, including friends. Because while I'm at work, they will still see me making music. Even when I'm at work, I will still freestyle music, doing all of that. And they will say like, I think you should take a break from work and go do music. But they didn't know the whole explanation around it, like, I still got responsibilities,
you start
know what I mean?
sustain yourself.
Right, so until I could get that support where I could do music full time, that's when I could do it, you know. But I always know that I want that break to really give the music a chance, because I haven't given myself that chance to really build it as a professional career.
Okay, so the music that you started recording from last year into now, is that leading up to the project that we about to start discussing now?
Well, yes and no, because if you check Cleva portfolio and social media and all of that, you see that I have a lot of tracks, a lot of music.
Okay.
And you could go on and on and on, it's a lot of music there. I could just take some music up right now and just make an album or make a mixtape, do anything, because it's a lot of music.
So you basically have a lot of recordings put down.
A lot of recordings put down.
Okay.
Till most of the time people like wonder why I record so much music, but while I'm young right now, I mean, if you consider me young, while I'm being a young person right now, if I have the voice to do it, I could record many songs as possible, because when I'm old, I mean, I get a chance to do it. Or when I reach out there professionally, I mean, maybe I don't even have that time to really go to the studio and record that much. You know what I mean? So I don't really see a problem with that. I think all artists should record a lot of songs, because if you're picking up music as a career, every day people go to work from a 9 to 5 and work the same day every day and get only one day off. So if I'm doing music, I think I should be recording music every day and take only one day off if I want to take a day off.
That's understandable.
You know?
Okay, DJ Rich, I want you to play a track, one of the many tracks that you have put down right now. It's called Shine Bright. TGM Radio. Yes. That was a joint called Shine Bright. Now that we got the listeners used to your music, let's start actually talking about the music now. Very unique voice.
Give thanks.
Okay. Is there anyone growing up in Jamaica land of many artists that you would say inspired you, or you took a liking to their sound, and maybe you took a piece of that to make yourself the artist that you are now?
Well, in a sense, but the influential come from all the roots we'll never forget, like Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Dennis Brown, all those huge foundational legends, you know what I mean? But I listen to a lot of artists in my time, like for example, like Sizzla, you have Beenie Man, you have Cartel, you have Bounty Killer. And at first in school, when I usually beat decks, I actually go to school with my father too, Constant Spring Alley. But anyway, that's a different issue. At school beating decks, I usually sing a lot of Bounty Killer. So they usually call me Bounty first in school.
Okay.
So class usually clash against class, beating decks, and it was just throwing songs against each other and stuff.
Okay, so from that point in time, there's a certain uniqueness to your voice. So when you came into the studio, you started recording. How did that change for you? That we have this unique sound that Ras Cleva is given to the world now?
Well, this sound really come about, I think, after listening Bounty Killer, there was this new artist come on the scene at the time, Sizzla Kalonji. And what Sizzla was given to me as a youth in school was really educational, edutaining to I and I. So I start pre-Sizzla Kalonji now and listen more of Sizzla than Bounty Killer. Not to say Bounty Killer is not a good artist, but it was a different type of music I'm hearing here. Something to uplift I and I, you know what I mean? So that's where I started listen Sizzla Kalonji, and it was great. It was a great experience listening his music, growing up and all of these things. And when I decided like I want to take music on a professional level, I look into myself and say I don't really just want to go out there and just be an entertainer. I want to be able to edutain people, edify them through music, because you have so much thing going on in the world when most people or some people don't even know about, and I think I have a lot to say. So the influence come from Sizzla doing the conscious music, even though you have other artists before that was doing conscious music, but that was the artist I was listening at the time. And that gave me the motivation to go in the studio and create music on a professional level.
Okay, looking at you now, it's obvious you live a Rastafarian lifestyle. Were you living that lifestyle before you started music?
Well, you could say yes. The only difference is because I didn't have on locks.
Okay.
Yeah, but back in school, they usually say, yo, you can go and make, they usually call me Deadfall, because we usually play ball and stuff. They usually call me Deadfall at the time.
Okay.
You can make Deadfall tricky and turn it all around the Rasta, because most of my friends became, put on the covenant before and I have locks before me. Is when I came to America. That's when I started growing locks. But I have friends back in Jamaica even turned Rasta before, because we usually read a lot of conscious books, Marcus Garvey and all of these things, you know, in school. So the black culture was very powerful in the school amongst my fellow friends and classmates.
Okay, so moving into 2015, how does your lifestyle play a part in the music that you're bringing forth?
Repeat again?
Moving into your new projects now, you as a whole, how does your lifestyle reflect in your music?
My lifestyle reflects in my music. Well, I don't quite understand what you're saying there.
Okay. I was just listening to your song just now.
Yeah.
Shine Bright.
Okay.
You're talking to the ladies.
Right, okay. Okay. I get what you're saying now.
Okay.
Alright. My lifestyle, I mean, you couldn't, if you listen to Ras Cleva is a very versatile artist. So, if you really bring my lifestyle with the music, you could and you could not. But Ras Cleva do all type of different songs. I could be very, what you call it now, friendly have a voice for the female, very, very friendly with the females. And then I make a loud shout on the social commentary side. Or then I would be just over there with some gangster friend at the time. I do some gun through, we just a war. You know what I mean? So many different characters, but my lifestyle, you can't really, it doesn't affect the music in no way.
Okay.
We live a private life other than just you hear me on a record. Because if you get to know me as a person or an individual, we just a very simple youth, you know what I mean? But you may hear songs out there where you say, damn, this guy sound dangerous, or he sound this or what, you know what I mean?
The reason I asked that question is because in speaking of artists that you listen to, it's a wide range. And I'm just talking about the reggae genre.
Just the reggae genre, right.
As of now. But you went from Bounty Killer, Vibes Cartel, Sizzler Kalanji. So it's just showing that you allow yourself
to explore everything.
Basically. Okay, so now, moving outside the reggae genre, you live in the US. Are you influenced by any other genres of music?
Yeah, I mean, I like pop music.
Okay.
I like pop music very much. The country music same way because it's similar to reggae. You know what I mean? And like some music I hear Rihanna sing is like listening to reggae songs same way.
Well, what about hip hop? Because you spoke about social commentary. And sometimes we have certain artists within hip hop that you can get that from.
Well, not in this very day, but actually like before, like a man like Tupac was my favorite.
You record the way you say you record music. That's the name that popped in my head while you were saying that.
Okay.
So that's an influence.
That's an influence. Okay. Tupac is one of my influence, definitely.
Okay. So moving into the new project that's coming up now.
Yeah.
Is there a date that is slated for release that you could let the fans know as of now?
Definitely. We have a mixtape about to release right now. We have an album going to release by the end of the year. But the mixtape is just is a combination of different tracks by Cleva, just to really express the character of who I am as Cleva, you know what I mean? So it's called Rasta Rebel. Rasta Rebel is about, in process, printing up and everything to come maybe later down this week. Should be have released already, but...
Okay, but we here on TGM Radio, King Lion Caribbean Showcase, so we got a couple of tracks off of it. DJ Rich, there's one track in particular I've been itching to hear because I was actually listening to it earlier, and I want to share it with the listeners. The name of this track is called Jah Still Guide Me.
The God, so I recognize soul.